Here we go, game number 3, Mad Lads versus Team Singularity. This is, of course, it to see who moves on to the finals, which will be a best of 5 and be taking place tomorrow. So one of these two teams going to be advancing on, and it looked for a good portion of the previous game. Singularity would actually have a shot to go 2-0, but well played by Mad Lads to persevere and eventually buy enough time to come through and thus force this third and final game. So I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Rimedota. And we got a draft underway with a Sand King Bane as well as the Brewmaster first pick. So nothing really too crazy just yet, as usual.
Yeah, these picks looking familiar but slightly mirrored. Okay, so Disruptor is going to be on the Pandas team this time, but Syndrome will pick up the Sand King and the Bane. So it'll be Syndrome playing the Bane and Brew playing the Sand King most likely. Not sure he's still a huge fan of the Panda first pick, but
10 seconds
they
remaining.
did a lot with it early on in the last game. Like, he had a really rough start and he managed to almost come back, but
yeah,
I had a feeling like he just never really was able to do that much in team fights towards the late stages simply because Gyro was too difficult to deal with. But it's a new game.
That it is.
And Gyro is not available, so he's going to be free of that.
10 seconds remaining.
Bans, of course, and yeah, one of the few times lately we've seen him actually left open and thought to see what could happen, and sure enough, Mad Lads capitalized with it. Mandara the one playing it. Again, guys, just to reiterate, this is our game 3 of this series, but there is one more series coming up, and it's our other semifinal matchup. It'll be OG versus Kingwin, and that'll be taking place right after this one finishes. So be sure to stick around. Obviously, that should be a good series there. And then ultimately the winner of that also advancing on to face the winner of this in the finals. That'll be tomorrow. All right, bans to follow. We had a Viper into a, well, more so Death Prophet into a Viper. Once again, very mid-heavy so far. These bans. I was gonna, I was just about to say that. I was wondering if the Terror Blade's gonna make an appearance on the ban list because he's been fairly popular today, and sure enough.
Yeah, Terribly being removed to make sure that, well, they don't feel obligated to have to pick some Terribly counters, and honestly, playing versus Terribly is exhausting. But Viper ban out from Singularity, which is kind of odd. Also, the Luna ban, well, the TB ban kind of gives reason to ban the Luna, because Luna is obviously, well, not obviously kind of a Terribly, because we saw Luna manage to defeat one earlier today. So, third pick for Mad Lads is probably going to be either their safe laner or Kezu's hero.
10 seconds remaining.
They don't usually like to pick Qualifier hero so early.
5 seconds remaining.
No, the third pick would be a little early, yeah, for that mid option. So we're leaning towards that. I once again, brought up the whole Phantom Lancer idea from yesterday, but yet again they're facing against a Brewmaster, so the likelihood of that is probably pretty unlikely that they would do so.
We could be looking towards like maybe some Brewmaster lane counters, but Razor's already gone, so Monkey King is basically the only one that's really left. Gyrocopter obviously is gone. Apart from that, really, there's not too much that lanes magnificently well versus the Brew. And Monkey King is really not that great of a hero, so picking him up this early would be rough. So they go for the Juggernaut. So Spin, it's pretty nice at killing Brewmaster. It also means Brewmaster can't really solo kill you at any point. You can always do that Spin TP. And Omni Slash is always good for bursting people down. And generally, he's just a safe laner. You know, he goes with pretty much anything.
10 seconds remaining.
It's back over to Singularity, their third pick now.
5 seconds
Still need
remaining.
Position 4, perhaps. Whoever Solon or Bashrik, whichever the two will end up playing it. Sand King's ban. No, Sand King is still there, actually. So, no, wait, he's picked up by Mad Lads.
Sand King's already there. Yeah.
I was looking at the bans. I'm like, here is he? He's over there.
Yeah, Sand King has been first picked in every game so far this series.
Yeah. So we got.
What do you think against Jug here?
Dire team pick.
Naga Siren. Okay, she's made an appearance.
There
Full
she
position
is.
Naga Siren.
Just talking
Which is
about
nice. You've always got the net to cancel the spin TP. You've got Song to reset fights. Just generally very nice against the Fiend's Grip, because you can always, like, you see a Sand King initiation or something, or you see a Fiend's Grip, you just press that Song, you reset the fight, you get that Meteor Hammer. It's nice to set up fights with. Also, you've got the Disruptor Song combo, so you can guarantee that the Juggernaut doesn't get that spin off. Just lots and lots of combos all around, and Naga's just generally a strong 4-position hero. as long as you can play it right and she doesn't get shut down in the early game, because an underfarmed Nagasaran is not quite the same as the guy who got the Meteor Hammer at 15 minutes and started comboing people straight away, you know?
Yeah. Nope, not the same at all. So, see Singularity going to try to work off of that. Mad Lads, back to them. Probably the KZU hero once again. Going back to want to save Quakefez for the final pick, although they picked Lena these last 2 games. So
Lena.
Yeah, speak of the devil.
All right. Just hit me, and sure enough.
Yeah, I think honestly picking an offlaner, I don't know. It's just so difficult to actually. Oh, also they could also last pick their 4 position and put the Sand King in the offlane, but that doesn't quite seem worth it.
10 seconds remaining.
And now Team Singularity have 2 picks to kind of find what mechanism
5
they want to
seconds
deal with
remaining.
this stuff. Because last game they had that Sand King like with the Lifestealer jump to go on Lena, and they got a few kills that way, but it didn't really end up winning them the game. So they're back with the Visage. All right, this is the way they dealt with Lena in game 1.
Because you said game 1, she was also seeing game 2. Again, I don't know where this is coming from, but 3 games in a row. Mad Lad's running the Lena. As far as the mid
10
goes.
seconds remaining.
They found something that works for them, or they think works for them, and they're just going
5
with it.
seconds remaining.
So again, yeah, Visage very good at dealing with low armor heroes. Visage good at dealing. Well, Visage is just nice to have versus Juggernaut as well, because Jug can't really kill him at any point. And all of this, okay, you see all this stuff on Mad Lads, it's like burst damage. You know, you've got like Sand King stun into Lena, you've got like Fiend's Grip into Omnistash and all this kind of stuff. Where Visage, he buys Solar Crest, he buys Pipe, he tanks up, he survives all of this stuff. Brewmaster will be the one they're mainly going to go on, but they've already got all this counter initiation, so you can pretty easily see Team Singularity like kind of deathballing this. As soon as they start getting their Blink Daggers and Meteor Hammers and things like that, they can just run in, and you have to have like a Blink and Sand King or find the right Fiend Script to really get any kind of foothold in these fights.
I know we saw Lifestealer last game, obviously, and again, the matchup, it was great. And even despite that, didn't necessarily lead to a winning effort for Singularity. But what about Lifestealer again here for them?
5 seconds remaining.
Lifestealer here already does a Jug and already does a Bane, so you've got one way of getting through that Rage, and you've got one way of dealing large amounts of physical damage, and there's a core that Lifestealer has a very difficult time killing. So for Singularity, I wouldn't recommend Lifestealer here. And Sven, we don't see him very often, but he works very well here. One of the typical Juggernaut counters.
All right. Bring that war cry now, so even more reason as to this is just going to be a difficult team to kill. That's kind of the theme I'm getting.
There's a lot of armor going around here.
Armor, a Gravekeeper's Cloak, the song Reset, if anything, Brewmaster, Drunken Haze, and his passive. Like, this is just going to be a really annoying team.
Yep, and now you're faced with the prospect of, guys, we need to pick an offlaner that can survive against Sven, Naga, Disruptor, Trolley. What on earth survives that? Like, they had trouble with Panda against Disruptor Gyro, and this is like a...
Ricky, you just sit invis.
Batrider is the choice. Okay, so Batrider is really nice for killing Visage, goes through that Gravekeeper's Cloak like it's nothing. Good to grab the Brewmaster and drag him away from his team so you can burst him down. And it's also BKB disabled for when Sven gets that BKB. So, as long as he can get a decent laning phase, which Batrider is better than most at getting something out of a very difficult lane, he should be okay.
All right, Batrider final pick. KSU has a sweet outfit as well, so he's good to go.
I like that owl. It's really cute.
It is cool, yeah. So I love that whole set. I think that was one of the better ones. That and like I remember the Dragon Knight one actually being cool.
Oh yeah, the full blue one. I like that.
Cyber one.
Look at Adamson, man. He doesn't even have anything. He's got no cosmetics on his.
I noticed that.
That's a
casual mode there. I guess Bane's the same way, right? Like it looks like a pretty naked Bane there.
Oh no, he hasn't picked it yet. He hasn't picked it here.
Oh, never mind.
We'll be seeing the creepy thing that Cinderon's got going on with like the different eyes on the shoulders and look at it.
There you go. That's more like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Make it go away.
Scares you, yeah. Yeah. No pause this time. Qualifier did reconnect again, but should be good to go into game number 3 now. So,
show me the video game.
This is a major qualifier, man.
I
just keep having to remind myself about that even. A major qualifier, $1 million prize pool, those 1,500 Dota 2 Pro circuit points on the line. One of these teams could potentially be going all the way, where right now they need to get to the finals in the first place, and a win here would do that.
Yeah, and both these teams I'm looking at which draft they favor, and I honestly quite a bit prefer Singularity's draft. I did also prefer it in the last game as well, so I don't know what that means
Prepare
for
for
my
battle.
skill at predicting these things.
It means it's not a perfect dart. That's all that really means.
Yeah.
Let's see what Valve suggests. It's a 62-38 in favor of the Radiant. Wow, that's quite
That seems
the
about right.
advantage. Jeez.
Yeah, I just think it's a very difficult Bane game, you know. He's going to have to really do a lot in this laning phase.
Could use that to gauge the outdraft. That's all I'm going to do. No analysis more than that. Just look at the graph and be like, well, Singularity is favored to win this game. Here we go. Bottom lane.
Down now. Okay, Kezu's going to run into Solon, and he's going to run into Bashruk, and oh, he could get netted here, and he will. But he's going to Firefly up to the left probably when he can. Oh no, he has the napalm.
He went the napalm, yeah. So he's running. He's just going to keep applying it.
He'll switch targets, but they're all slowed, so they might actually end up dying here if they're not really careful.
No.
Nah.
No chase.
They get another few stacks up there. Mikey's going to walk to this room, and he's going to get opposed by Madara.
He's not going to be pulling the creep wave for now, at least. So they keep him out of there.
The battle begins.
And yeah, he's just going to hug the tower, actually. So not going to see that creep pull. Bottom lane, though, Kezu. He is going to attempt to do that. And Madlands again. I feel like it's happened in the previous game, too. They get 3 of the 4 bounty runes.
Yep, Sand King stunned the stun for the bottom die bounty rune, so Brewery will walk away with that for his team. Bit of a sound issue there.
So he's pulling it up this way. Is he going to bring it?
Mastermind missed his block again.
Huh. So Kezu is dragging it all the way around. Kinetic field. Oh, boy.
He's just going to TP now. His work here is done.
Yeah. Delayed as much as he can. Sven, meanwhile, bringing the creep wave all the way up in the lane. It's always entertaining seeing his new beginnings.
That's what you got to do, man. So, this is what Dota is meant to be.
This is Dota, yeah.
Around.
Yeah, something tells me if they could somehow change the interaction and stuff and not break the game completely elsewhere, then they might.
Will.
But
Beer in your eyes met with his match. Bane is one of the few heroes that can actually just straight up zone a Panda. But Panda's doing okay. He's got halfway to level 2, and okay, now it's getting a bit obnoxious.
Bottom lane again, Sand King continues to take some good damage as Batrider makes its way back in. But yeah, you talk about the top lane, Cinderin zoning out Mikey best that he can once again. Allowing Madara to just get some free last hits in there. So back to the middle lane matchup though. Lina versus the Visage. As I want to make sure not to miss action elsewhere. Can't find him, they're still harassing. Right now, Lina's 6-2 versus a 5-1 Visage.
This is about to be expected. They both have really awful animations, but Lina's got a lot higher damage, and she does have a nuke, so she should lead in CS up until the point where Visage starts getting obnoxious with Rachel and such.
First blood potential. Solon, 4 stacks of that sticky napalm. Not enough damage, though. And now Adam's son, has to get out of there before he burns to death. So, thought for sure we're going to have at least 1 kill there. It ends up being nobody. In fact, as I say that, Baryu is caught. He has a stick, though.
Yeah. Oh, he's just dead,
Never mind.
He just gets netted and he's just gone. So this defensive trialing is kind of working out. It's claiming the lives of at least 1 person. Okay, Solar's going to grab this DD and he's probably going to walk over to mid. Oh no, he's actually going to walk straight back bot. Biryu spots this out, but he's starting this man fight, and he's going to win. Batrider rotating over, it might just be a death on Solar here.
Yeah.
He's going to TP
TP's
out.
in time. Oh,
so close.
The attack animation. If those connect, that's a kill. But he lives. Bashruk also saying hello. Nearby, again, just freeing up more room for Sven.
Yeah. Even though the Sand King does die, it means that, well, Batrider is getting something, right? He's level 3 compared to the level 2 of Panda. Panda's sitting at 0-0 in CS compared to the 3-0 of Batrider, so I think it's worth it for Sand King to die there. As well as Sand King gets his, well, he's not got his level 2 yet, but I'm sure he will eventually.
Man, look at Madara being a deny machine. 18 and 17. Holy crap.
Just really making sure this Brewmaster gets nothing, because they can't stop Panda from getting an XP range, but they can stop Panda from getting any XP just by denying absolutely everything. So it's nice laning from Madara there, making sure he's not really letting anything get out of his sight.
Yeah, see the archer even taken out right there, so he's definitely doing a great job of that.
Cinder has done his job now. He's made sure that top lane is utterly one-sided. So Madara will now be about to finish his Aquila. And then Bane is no longer needed here, so Bane will move to bot lane.
Where are they setting up
Adamson
kill?
is currently on the run.
Well, he popped the wand. He's back to full life. Now he's got 5 stacks of that sticky nade pump. Keizu is still going after it, but going to full life, that's an ambitious decision. And Keizu, he's feeling the pain now himself as the Stormhammer comes out, but a great response with a Pearl Strike finishes off Naga Siren. And now Solin's running. One more auto attack. Bane gets it. They do lose Bat Rider when it's all said and done, but they get the 2 kills out of it. Buryu pops his own stick to survive against the initial Stormhammer, and that will keep him alive.
He's going to get away, and he's going to take both bounty runes, so he's going to be happy with that. I'm looking at this mid lane, yeah, it's about as one-sided as you think it would be. Although Mastermind, like, there aren't that many denies, so he's going to get his level 6 in time, and then the lane will even out.
Oh, Naga Siren runs him down that whole time, and actually does catch up to him. And he takes the bounty rune in front of him, so well played. Bought him once again. Cinderin's here. Puts a Nightmare up on Adamson. Going to be taken off, though, by Disruptor. Keizu caught with the Stormhammer. Here comes Sand King, the Try versus Trial lane. We're getting the action. Adamson's running, though. He realized what was going on. Did not want to fall for the bait, but Disruptor cannot get out of there.
So they need to be careful fighting into this. Bat Rider is very difficult to deal with in this situation.
Yeah.
Oh, are they going to go for the... No? Or are they going to go for anything here?
No. He should be fine.
He has a salve, so it'll be okay.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Bat Rider is a tricky hero to fight into. It's with that Firefly, it's like you can do damage to him, but then you're taking a lot of damage yourself meanwhile.
Committing to a Bat Rider kill means losing half HP on pretty much all the heroes involved.
Yeah.
Half the time. But Madara's spinning because he's very angry. So Mastermind got sent back to his shrine by Lena, so it's a bit of an advantage now.
Wow.
I look away for 1 second.
Well, I caught it. I mean, Mikey actually, well, I thought his bottom lane Bat Rider got by the ensnare, but once again, it's like we just talked about this. You got to make sure to have that upfront burst. That did not enough. And now Bashra Keys ends up falling, or may fall. Keizu's going deep for this. Keizu actually taking some tower hits. The Stormhammer will finish the job, so he went for Naga Siren. He went all in. It did not work out. And now Buryu trying to take out Disruptor. Considering finish the job, he can, but they lose Sand King in the meantime. Addison running after Bane now. Well, we're definitely not getting a lack of action down here, that's for sure. What's going on? But yeah, the top lane real quickly, that was just, he tried to TP out actually as he was a little low on life, and Madara picked up on that and simply pressed R. That's all that really was.
Now, okay, Lena's sitting on 42 CS level 23 of Mastermind, so this is getting a bit one-sided, but thankfully he's level 6 on Visage, so it should even out, I think, but jungling potential from both, especially with this Arcane Root, means that he'll stay quite far ahead. Madara's just trading. Mikey is just trading as well. They're both happy with this, I think.
I was going to say, is there any reason why we shouldn't see a Battle Fury on Juggernaut this game? And it looks like he does have it queued up.
Nah, it is pretty good. Like, there's no other real build. Like, he needs to probably go a Nullifier at some point in this game just to make sure he can purge the Sven, so the Warcry isn't a huge factor. And getting to that without a Battle Fury is really difficult. So probably going to be like a Battle Fury into Yasha into some other item.
I swear, it just keeps happening down here, man. Again, they try to commit for Keizu, but guess what? They turn, the Firefly goes up, and this time Sven dies for the first time. Disruptor's also going to go down. Now Naga Siren is probably dead too, as the Brain Sap will finish him off. And you know, at least before it's been some trading going on. This one, it was obviously all in favor of Mad Lads.
Yeah, this lane is going very, very badly wrong here. They're just accumulating so many deaths on Solon, and also Adamson's starting to suffer now. He's doing okay in farm, right? But like the main objective of this lane was to ensure that Keizu kind of got farm, and now they're just killing everyone. As long as the supports don't suffer too much. Oh, that's another kill.
Did he press R? Looks like he did. TP out. He's good.
Yeah, that's a really nice TP though. Okay, from Qualifier.
Back-to-back Omni Slashes to secure a solo kill on Brewmaster. Talk about lane domination right there. Madara making a statement, if anything. Bottom lane. Mikey ports in here after his death, trying to help out his Naga Siren. But now Cinderen's nearby as well. Brain Sap, Keizu diving at the tower. Pops the illusions. Bosharak trying to go with wherever he can to simply get out of here. Puts in snare up, and actually Naga Siren's going to live. They kill Keizu. And now Disruptor glimpse. He has it. He's going to glimpse back Bane. So Bane should be taken out now. Nightmare used on Disruptor, delaying the inevitable. Cinderen goes down. The Familiar is here assisting the whole time.
Man, the Familiars are really making all the difference here. And Keizu keeps diving this tower looking for kills, but it's really not working out for him. Oh, Adamson's getting ran out. He's going to get caught by Qualifier with a stun, and he's dead.
Oh,
losing
no.
this Sven on one side. Suddenly makes that bot lane fight suddenly. Losing Sven is really crucial here.
It is. Yeah, he's been so occupied in this match. I mean, his net worth it's okay, but also, you know, that takes you to how is the stacking coming along? And right now, that I don't see really any stacks.
Yep, no supports for any time to mix stacks. Everyone's just brawling.
True.
Helps blink away or stun away from Sanking. No glimpse available.
Radiant's
no catch here.
top tower is under attack.
Lee is working towards that mid-tier 1 kill, and
Radiant's
Visage is
top tower has
busy.
fallen.
So
Radiant's
generally Madlad's getting a lot more out of the other 2 lanes though. Net coming out from Basher. I don't know if this is going to lead to anything. There's no follow-up at all.
It could lead to a Naga kill if he's not careful with that Laguna Blade.
Yep. Sanky's coming back round. They're going to find him onto the tower probably and dive him if they can. They're pinging him. Oh, he's going to back out maybe, but not in time.
Mirror image spawned, pops a Riptide. Has a TP coming in, but it will be too much damage. Laguna Blade committed for that, but now they need to get out of here. He's solid, locking them in with Kinetic Field. Viryu, Sandstorm and run. He's out.
Illusion.
Adamson's under attack. He's got 6 stacks on him. No Firefly though.
Cinnamon makes his way out too, but back to Adamson. 7 stacks down the stick napalm. Out comes the Omni Slash. Madara puts down the healing ward to heal up Keizu for the time being, allowing for more Firefly damage. Gets the kill, and Adamson. They will go down finally, but at least bought enough time to kill Sven first. And Madara's going to run.
Yeah, these kills on Sven are so important. Even if you're trading a Batrider's life for it, it's completely fine because honestly, mate, like the only real hope they have been going to late game against this Jug and Lina is the Sven. Like he is their main carry here, and he just a Sven without a good start is so mediocre. And this isn't a good start. This isn't a mediocre start. This is just a very poor start. Level 6 at 11 minutes, 39 CS, 3 deaths. It's just rough for him.
Yeah, and I think you made a good point as actually, well, bottom lane, they're going deep for this, man, and they did not expect this many numbers, I guess. They killed Keizu, actually. That was well played there with the Soul Assumption nuke, but Naga Siren probably going to end up falling as Madara's getting low, though. These Familiars are doing so much work. Down goes Madara. Talk about a big turn kill in favor of Singularity. This Visage catching the Dire team off guard completely. Mastermind, there's a glimpse back, by the way, on Alina. Sends her back to the middle lane. So she is no longer here, and now all of a sudden Briga's by himself. Going to be grave chilled up, but not run down in the end. However, Cinderen will probably be found.
By the birds.
Yeah, that's not working. Gonna be stunned out. Yeah, Visage. We see the power of Visage right there in that fight for sure. I mean, that was 2 versus 4, and they won that.
Visage is the hero that is probably gonna make all the difference here. If Singularity are going to win this game, it's gonna be from this Visage. Especially once he gets to level 12, his damage up goes up so much. And he's also really nice against the Jug. Like, Jug tried to Omni Slash in the fight, you saw at the tier 1. Visage is around, the birds tank it. It's like, whatever, it doesn't really matter. They still ended up killing this Sven, though.
Sven? He's good.
He's on the run. He's trying to catch up, but no stacks, nothing really, no lane to go to. He's almost working towards his Mask of Madness, but 12 minutes in, it's just not really what you want to see.
Not ideal. And that was a good point that you brought up earlier, though, with the supports. They're spending so much time fighting that they just haven't had time to stack at all.
Middle tower is
for Sven, so his recovery is pretty weak.
Yeah, he's not really the best at recovering by himself. He's like, he just needs to be on the opposite side of the map from the action, just hitting groups. And occasionally, once he gets like Blink and SMY or something, he can get the occasional pick off that way, but it's just not really that likely. Viryu's going to be farming bot, he's going to get smoked into, or Keizu's going to actually be on the receiving end of this. He's got a drum though, he should be okay.
Radiant's top tower.
Drums, down to song charges. And Viryu gets out as well. So, yeah, they make the escape. You mentioned all 5 heroes down here.
Sleep mid. They're not going to catch the Lina. Oh no, he stops for a bit, but no, still no. That's painful. That's really painful.
Yeah. Good get back there from Qualifier, but using such a big cooldown, trying to set up a free kill, what they thought was not the case there. And meanwhile, Juggernaut, he's pushing out top lane. He's very close to finishing that Battle Fury.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Two-man smoke intrusion. Cinder and Qualifier going to go. They slip past this ward. They're going to find their way to the Disruptor and the Visage. But it's going to be the Disruptor they go on. The Qualifier going to get caught here.
Yeah, Qualifier, not enough mana again for the Laguna play.
Out.
And she's running Cinder in. They do kill Sullen.
All alone.
Here comes Keizu. Buryu stacking with an Epicenter on top of Visage, and Visage will fall. That's a big kill now for the Dire team. 5-kill streak stopper.
Could have been an okay turn, but they couldn't get the control on the Lina, and as a result, he couldn't be killed. And then that's just a case of having more heroes than the enemy team in the same place.
Radiant's bottom
Qualifier
tower
really
is
farmed
under
with
attack.
7k net worth, sitting at the top, almost equivalent to his Jug actually. And now Visage, well, he's being deposed. He was sitting at that rank 1 net worth, and now he's going to slide all the way back down if it continues to be like this.
Yeah, we saw that Laguna Blade from Qualifier. Again, he wasn't able to use it initially, just lack of the mana, but he got mana back, and then he was able to use it on Visage after the fact. So maybe for the better, but you mentioned Qualifia's farmed. He has a Perseverance now finished. So a Bloodstone, very good timing set to be had. As long as his pace keeps up.
They're ready to just take every tower. They have a Drum Bat Rider, they have, well, they don't have Blink Sanking, but they just have a lot more stuff. They've got finished the Battle Fury on Juggernaut now. He's going to send that to himself along with a TP from the side shop. And there's not really anything that Singularity want to do to stop this apparently.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Everyone's just farming on the other side of the map. You got a Sven farming his... Oh, he's farming his dagger, and Panda's farming his dagger.
Sven's going
for the Radiant.
Okay, Sven is going Blink next, okay. After the Mask of
Surprising
Madness.
though. I thought he'd go for like an Echo Saber or Sergeant Yasha or something, but no, he's going straight for that dagger. He needs to get in and do that damage. But I feel like he's going to blink in and hit Jug a few times and not really do anything, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like he needs that extra item.
It is interesting because obviously they have a lot of kite, and with the Bat Rider, all the slow coming out, I could see why he wants to just have that tool to just get in there quickly and sit on that target, say the Lina, the Bat Rider, whatever it may be. But it's definitely not the ultimate answer for Sven here. As we have a fight brewing middle lane. Mid tower, it's going to go down. Dire team, they actually scan out a couple more in the area too, so there's more there than they even see. They know that.
They know something's up. They're going to realize that something's awry. Oh, some little scouting by Keizu as well. He's just seeing what's up. But Mastermind is just going to push into this mid lane. He's got his helm with a dump creep, which is a catapult. Oh, a catch onto the Bat Rider.
Yep, they catch him. Firefly, probably not going to save him here. Pops a magic wand on the cliff. Maybe will Soul Assumption Nuke comes out and they will finish the job. Mikey credit for it, so eventually caught up to somebody.
Oh, Madara's going to be pushing bot. He has a spin TP available if need be, but unfortunately there's a Nagasarano on the enemy team, so that's not exactly reliable. And now they're going to be looking towards Roshan, I guess. But this is very... Okay, they're not. They're just going to be farming in the woods and splitting up and looking for clues.
Yeah, seeing Visage in his build, it's like, it's not a build you expect him being able to deal like a lot of damage necessarily with, but again, that's just how the hero works. Because of his skill set and the familiars and everything, you know, he's going to pipe even on top of that, and you're talking about the possibility. He is also a very big damage threat, though. Don't let the Helm of the Dominator pipe make it seem like that he's not going to be dealing much.
Yeah, he's just this really tanky hero that once he's actually got someone in the Grave Chill with the Solar Crest, they just die very, very quickly. Okay, so this is a 4-man smoke move with Syndra leading the way. Actually, Quakeful will lead, while they're trying to decide who should go first. And directly in the path is...
Visage.
Bashrook.
Middle lane. Keizu running after. Does not have his blink, though, so couldn't really catch. Oh, they caught Mikey. There's the Omni Slash. Out comes the song, but it wasn't in time. And Naga's just going to TP back. Roshan for the Dire team? Looks like it.
Yep, they have Juggernaut, they have his Yasha, they do quite a lot of damage, and this is going to be Roshan, and then Lina's going to have a Bloodstorm. And they're sitting pretty to actually get a nice push going here.
So Aegis, guessing Juggernaut going to be picking that up here. Sand King is also setting a Visage charging in. Has to be careful. Madara does pick up the Aegis. And it's just the familiars that will scuff out more, but Mad Lads, they secure it, they fall back. Gonna reset here.
Yep. Lena's got the Bloodstone now, she's just gonna pick it up. Okay, she's getting pinged out by this Sven, but Sven's just like, yeah, there's nothing really he can do about it. He's got his Blink, he's got his Mask of Madness, but he's sitting at 6,600 net worth. Like, normally Sven is like the kind of hero where he farms so fast that, like, he wants to be ahead. He wants to be like the #1 hero on net worth that blinks in, two-shots somebody, and then gets out again. And then goes with his BKB and does the same thing. Like, he doesn't really function very well if he's, like, playing from behind. Because he's a naturally very bursty hero. Like, if he can't kill a target in his stun, then he's not, he doesn't really have a purpose.
Yeah, this so early on in the game, you expect to see him near the top, if not at the top of the charts, basically. Not the case,
but this tri-lane from Mad Lads really worked out. And then they followed him around the map, and then, yeah, sufferance.
Sand King being patient at the top lane. He's going to TP elsewhere, though. Join the rest of the team, it looks like. Down here, as Blink is also just delivered a Batrider. So a couple of Blinks now on the side of the Dire side. Dire team, even. Both Batrider and Sand King. Lina going the Shadow Blade. Yeah, so I think I forgot to continue with that point in the previous game, but Lina, why Shadow Blade? Why do you think Shadow Blade is a priority over, say, a Blink Dagger herself?
Because you can't blink in and stun somebody when they're not ready for it, you know? Because it's like, you can Shadow Blade to get the stun and then start your combo that way. You can combo people with BKBs and stuff like that, and also it gives you a lot more damage. Because it's like, you buy a Blink yours, then you don't really do that much DPS, where Shadow Blade, the attack speed and the damage is just nice and convenient. Because Lina wants to be a building hitter, that's what she's mainly designed to do in this kind of lineup.
Oh, there's Shadow Blade lets you do that. So yeah, Shadow Blade, again, speaking of that, 2,000 gold saved up, so on its way towards it, but they're pushing tier 3 very early on in this game. I mean, they have an Aegis, but not going to go all out on it. Get some good damage.
Visage has arrived. Okay, Kezu is going to be looking for Sven. He's going to barely see him, but he's not going to be able to stop that TP. Visage with the Pipe and Solar Crest is now quite difficult to kill, but there's no real way he can like push towers and like make this tankiness like significant. So as long as he can be avoided by Mad Lads, then I don't think it's that much of an issue.
That's a
but
massive smoke. Everybody smoke. I search in, but something gave Mad Lads information that something's not right. They're falling back themselves.
By the tier 2. Pinging their own shrine, they're going like, hey guys, they could come from here, they could come from here.
Yeah.
The vision for Singularity, despite the situation, really isn't that bad. They've got wards on mid, they've got wards in the enemy jungle, but they're currently playing on top of this ward here. So generally you want to play on top of your own vision when you're looking for fights, so playing around your own wards is very important, because otherwise you can get caught unawares by quite a few spells. Is there going to be a smoke coming out? Okay, yeah, smoke's cooling down for Syndrome, they're going to use it now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Madara just runs up here first. You know he's here, of course. Grave Chill activated. That tower is falling pretty quickly with the Alpha, especially is going to kill it off. The tower may go down, but at what cost here for the Radiant side? As Kezu jumps out on the Naga side of the backlash. She has a song. Can she get it off in time? Out comes the Epicenter on top of the Burrow Strike. No, she cannot. She will die through that Juggernaut, though, taking the cost strength damage, as well as now Visage stopped in that Static Storm. They can't do anything about it. The Aegis is going to be Pop. Alina, she takes out Disruptor in the backlines. Brewmaster, he is split up for the time being. 5 more seconds. There's the Resurrection on Madara, though. It will be lifted up. He's out of the fight for 6 seconds himself. Sand King, Burrow Strike, and 3 more. Mastermind, he is so damn tanky, as we knew. Is he tanky enough is the ultimate question. The answer is no. He goes down. And now Mikey has to get the hell on out of there with Blink. Sven is already back at base, basically.
Sven popped ulti and he tried to kill anyone. He couldn't kill Bane, he couldn't kill the Juggernaut. It's just, he just doesn't have any damage. And then Madara just comes out and just chops people.
Yep.
Qualifier did so much damage that fight. He managed to go on one guy and then he backed off and then came back in to stun the Visage. And then, yeah, you might have Soda Crest, you might have Pipe, but when two heroes sitting at the top of the net worth are both hitting you for 10 seconds, you're probably going to die.
Is under attack.
And now we see Qualifier makes his way to the middle lane, taking out the tier 3 tower. And it goes down there.
Middle barracks are under
they don't have
attack.
anything to defend with. They have Song, but nothing to really combo it with. Disruptor also on cooldown. And they're just going to give up those rats. Oh, Sven's on the run.
Oh, they know he's down here,
He's
yeah.
so careful here.
He's caught. Lasso. And he somehow escaped this. It doesn't look like it. He is dead for sure. And that's going to ultimately secure, I mean, not technically a wipe, but it might as well be. He was the last one after all of that. And they eventually catch up to him. So talk about a huge lead now for Mad Lads. It's just a nice line going for them on the graph.
Radiant's bottom shrine
And it continues to go
has
well
fallen.
in their favor. Now 14,000.
The pattern probably won't change. Without the Sven, like, they don't have the burst damage to kill people.
Yeah, this Juggernaut Manta, he's got a BKB now queued up as well. But you're right, I think Sven, it goes back to that constantly. It's just, he got underfarmed. really no better way to put it. And he got underfarmed. He's doing his best to recover, obviously the best that he can, but a lot easier said than done. He's going to have a BKB, but even with that, that's definitely not the ultimate answer. They catch Juggernaut, by the way.
Combo.
Can they do something with this? He has an Omni Slash, however, Static Storm. Caught in it. Nice Nightmare. Will delay a little bit of damage. He's going to go for the spin. Madara still running. Going to go for the spin TP. It's too much damage, though. That was a good try, but wasn't to be. So, nice catch.
That's a nice catch, yeah. They catch one of the highest net worth heroes, in fact the highest net worth hero in the game. Sven gets a bit closer to his BKB, gets a lot of farming time. And now Singularity get to have the one benefit of all the lanes being pushed in, you get to farm them all. Doesn't usually happen, but when you get a pick off like that, this kind of works out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the fact
they're still farming.
The fact that Sven got both of those is actually really clutch for Singularity.
Yeah, he still has to contend with the Batrider and the Fiend script, so having a BKB doesn't necessarily mean he can just go on one guy without any care whatsoever. But it gives them a little bit more assurance that Sanking and Lina aren't just going to ruin his day.
Are scanning.
How about, speaking of Sand King, you know, Blink 4 staff, that's definitely not unique by any means. But Crimson Guard is a little different.
Crimson Guard versus Panda versus Visage, it's the same thing as before. They're just Visage birds don't really do anything to him. And it's also nice against Sven because physical damage block is always great versus him. It's not really that significant because he does a lot more than the initial block, but it's still nice.
Yeah.
And it's like, what else are you gonna buy? It's like, it's not that great of a heals game. You could buy like a Vlad's or something, but Crimson Guard is just playing Sand King where you don't have to worry about being bursted. It's just so nice because you can get so many burrow strikes off and you can just go in and out of the fight. And he's got the farm to do it, so why not?
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Visage. By the way, his level 15, no Visage expert by any means, but I noticed the earlier player Visage did the same thing with the Soul Assumption hits 2 targets over the XP gain, which is 40%. I mean, that is a lot of XP gain, but factor in the AoE Soul Assumption essentially.
Yeah, it's a random target though, but I think it does prioritize heroes.
I believe so.
And there was a little buff because it used to have really crappy range, but now it's got like an extra 300 range to search for an extra target. So that it's just, yeah, you can actually use it now. And XP talents in general are underwhelming for the most part. So I can see why he'd go for that.
Yeah. He's pushing on top lane, trying to finish an AC. Still a little bit of ways to go, but of course
that's going to be very important.
Yeah.
The thing about Juggernaut is, like, he seems all well and good and he's amazing, but once you start surviving the Omni Slash and you start surviving the initial go, he's a lot easier to deal with.
Oh no. Sven, he gets nightmared as he jumps in, but the sleep, Bashruk, here's the setup of the static shot. No, he caught out initially to Koikba, and Koikba looking to turn here as Bashruk has taken some good damage. They already got Disruptor. The Fiend's Grip locking down Adamson this whole time as well. Finally, he gets out of it though, and Sand King will end up falling. So Sand King and Batrider dead. Koikba having to keep his distance. Madara in the back lines looking to go maybe after Sven. Sven, that God Strength wearing off in a second. Koikba at half-life, the Familiars doing plenty. Can they now take out Visage as he comes back down? That's the ultimate question once again. Qualifier sole assumption. No, the Shadow Blade keeps himself alive. Omniscience bouncing around, but the Familiars are tanking all of the damage. They stay alive as they are undercover. And now Adamson is almost trying to keep his teammate alive at this point. He's not even that big of a damage threat. He's trying to be a distraction. Pops the Mask Man is hoping to run that minus armor though. Madara spinning on top of him, and he will get the kill eventually. There you go. Cuts right through him. So Visage keeping his distance though. And actually survives himself, but good pursuit there from Mad Lads.
Yeah, you can see how strong this Visage is. Like, he's about to hit level 18 as well, but he just survives through so much. And it's unfortunate the Sven died there, but he worked to save his teammates, and he just really couldn't get away. He didn't want to pop Masked Madness either, because then he knew he would just explode.
Roshan literally spawned right as Juggernaut went out of the Roshan pit there. So if he was just a second longer, they would have seen that. But they do not. Mastermind, they catch him. Now again, do they have the damage? 4 stabs over the ledge into Qualifier. Laguna Blade, yes. This time they do.
Good thing they don't know the Roche is up. Well, good thing for Singularity, otherwise they'd already be heading there and doing it right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they ping it out.
They're like, well, we might as well check it, guys, right?
Exactly. Oh, look at that, it's up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There you go. And in 30 seconds from now, I'm sure a double damage rune will spawn right there. Conveniently.
Roches are already dying extremely quickly. The 22 busting charges on Lena as well, it's like, she's just having a really great game. Jug is working towards the butterfly, but he'll be taking the Aegis, so they'll be hitting the building without much fear at all. Is there anything really that stands out here? So AC's coming up fairly shortly, like 1500 gold away, but I have a feeling that they might just lose a Rax before, or another Rax before that becomes a factor.
Oh, they're at least going to lose the top tier 2 tower at this point, but likely more. Sven doing what he can.
Yeah, he's just pushing bot, farming away, he's getting, like, maybe once he gets stateless he can kill the Bane or kill the Sankey before they can really do much, but he just needs to be here. There's nothing he can offer being top lane right now.
Yeah. The Warcry buff is nice, but you want damage. Madara?
The BreakyCPK, they can't do the song combo anymore.
True.
Yeah,
she has it ready to go, but as you pointed out, Madara, he's feeling comfortable. There's the jump in from Sven on Qualifier, gets 4 staff away though. Dust comes out, Madara takes out the tier 3 tower. Sven, he's being lassoed back during this as well from Cage. But Burrow Strike misses from Buryu. Madara was bouncing around with the Omniscience bash. Rookie still has that song, hasn't used it just yet. They lock down Sand King. Adamson jumps in with that God Strength that will finish off at least 1 kill. Lift, they catch Keizu. He blinks after though. Song, it's gonna hit though. They catch multiple.
Loads of people here.
They did. They came back in as if they wanted to fight this. 4 stab away from Keizu, and Madara's like, yep, I'm here. Down goes Nagasaran, going for Mastermind now. As we know, he is so beefy though. Qualifier pops his own BKB. Buyback from Nagasaran, by the way, but they take out the Brewmaster, and now they're focusing on the Visage. Nagasaran back into the fight. Is she going to be able to do enough though? Blocking, I guess, with the illusions is something. Batrun is also here, and Visage will indeed go down. Nagasaran's dead. No buybacks on pretty much every hero but Disruptor. And now they're going to go back to the base and take care of more business.
Yeah, that wasn't really the catch they wanted. They caught 4 heroes with the sleep, but I have a feeling that they wanted to be there.
So 32 minutes in, Mad Lads on the verge, going to the finals here of the European qualifiers. Now 1 set of Rax bottom.
Visage not unable to buy back, Panda can't be here, Naga as well.
Yeah. It's over.
It's just up to Sven.
They're doing what they can. -12 once again situation. Adamson is, like I said, it's his damage output though as well. Madara took some good hits there. It's not going to be enough. As we expected, he'll fall. And there we go. It is official. GG, well played. Mad Lads takes game 3, and thus the series. Man, talk about a shift in this series. I mean, Singularity winning the first game and looking good in game 2. The matchup and everything with the Lifestealer draft, but Mad Lads hung in there. They played very well, especially later on in that one. And this one, they played well from the beginning. Their coordination. And they deserve it.
Yep, they really, they kind of rallied through the middle of the second game. And once they held that high ground push, it seemed like they were in control of both the game and the series. And this game, ever since like the Sven got shut down in that bot lane, it didn't seem like they really had any way to come back into it for Team Singularity.
So that sets them up in the finals. Again, it's going to be a best-of-5 finals, and that'll be tomorrow. Who their opponent's going to be? Well, we got to find out here. Coming up next in a best-of-3 series, as it will be OG versus Kingwin taking on one another. Again, the winner of that moving on to face Mad Lads come tomorrow. But again, big congratulations to Mad Lads, one step away from qualifying for the major event that is MDL coming up here in the near future. So congratulations to them. As far as Singularity goes, they had a great group stage, going undefeated. Unfortunately, they run into a solid streak team right now in Mad Lads, who had the opposite, frankly, in the groups, going last place out of Group B, but between yesterday and today, they're now 6-1 in matches. So, like I said, it's just about getting hot at the right time, and these last couple of days at least, they are feeling pretty good. So we'll see what kind of momentum they have carrying into tomorrow. But yeah, we are going to go on that break. So if you guys want to sit tight, like I said, the way this format or the tournament's been working, ideally we jump into the next series within another 20 to 30 minutes here. So maybe even a little bit shorter. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated at the very least, but our final series of the day, a semifinal matchup, OG versus Kingwin. That should be a good one. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back.